In this essay question, we're going to use the normal curve and we're going to perform the equivalent of a two-sided hypothesis test when our alpha is 0.05 using a confidence interval. Seems crazy. Here's how we're going to do this. We want to do a two-sided hypothesis test. So let's imagine that we have our normal curve. And when we have our normal curve, what we're looking for in a hypothesis test of 0.05 two-sided is any time that our p-value is less than 0.025 on either side. So basically for 0.05 it could be the 0.025 down here or the 0.025 down here. If we split our 0.05 in half, we get 0.025. A confidence interval always works from the middle of the curve. So if we wanted to say, okay, well, what percentage of the curve is left? Well, if we've used up 2.5% on each side, we would have 95% left in the middle. What that means then is if you were to go ahead and collect some data and say, okay, I'm going to find my 95% confidence interval of the mean, of my sample mean, and x bar is in the middle. If your null hypothesis were to fall out here on that confidence interval, it were to fall outside of the range of your interval, then you would reject it. So for example, let's say that your x bar is equal to 2.5 and your confidence interval ends up going out from 1.6 to 3.4. So if you did a confidence interval, let's say it went as low as 1.6, as high as 3.4, and your null hypothesis was that mu is equal to 3.7. The alternative, since this is a two-sided test, that mu is not 3.7. If you were doing this hypothesis test, you wouldn't know what the p-value is, but you would know that the p-value is less than 0.05. So p-value is less than 0.05. And the reason you know that is if you look at the 95% confidence interval, 3.7 is not inside of the interval. It is somewhere out here. It is somewhere in this 2.5% on the above. Now we know it's above in this case, so it's not going to be in the below region, but because it's a two-sided test, we're always going to have to double that p-value from one tail. So wherever it falls in that region, it is somewhere less than the 5% cutoff here. So that's how we know we would reject.